afternoon, whatever time of the day that you're catching your boy Blue Ridge Silverhound. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And the name of the game today is getting in your car or truck and trying to find bargains. And boy, did we hit a little mini honey hole at, believe it or not, at a local pawnbroker. After going to a couple pawn shops, I found one that I don't know if he didn't know what he had or whatever, but I'm gonna share with you some of the scores of the day. Of course, price of gas is like $3.80 around here, so if you're gonna make it happen, make sure you make it happen. But first, I'm excited. I'm excited because I can't believe I haven't been to the theater yet to watch it. And my wife says she wants to get caught up on all of the Avengers movies, but boom, there's my boy Tony Stark. Iron Man #3. And I'm sorry to say, I don't have any vintage Avengers comic books to throw up to kind of splash the background a little bit with some eye candy. But this is a CGC graded 9.0. Pretty nice. But anyways, Iron Man representing one of my favorite characters in the Avengers films and in comic books. And boom, we're going to represent with #3. Number three. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with, actually, I'll go ahead and move this aside here so the glare is not as bad. So I showed this last night on video, but what we have here is a nickel roll. That's not nickels in there, by the way. I picked up a full roll of dimes, silver 90% dimes for $1 a piece. So full roll ended up being $50. Paid cash, no tax. So it kind of helps. It kind of makes it work. And for $1 a piece, you can't go wrong. These are trading obviously somewhere in the $1.30 to $1.40 range. You're gonna have your jokers that are gonna ask much more than that. Went to a local coin shop that wanted $80 a roll, and I said, "You're out of your mind." But I'm not surprised because the guy is always expensive and always so high when it comes to junk trolling, silver. But it's all 1960s. This is going toward the old stack 64s. You saw 57 in there. I already went through all of these to make sure that I didn't miss out on any repunchment marks or doubled dies. For those of you that know me here on the YouTube land, I like going through Roosevelt dimes for things such as double dies, various errors, repunchment marks. There's a Merc dime, 39D. 60, it's one of the earliest Rosies right there, 47S. Not too bad. Oops, sorry about that, ladies and gents. There's another Merc, 44 looks like. Philly. Just want to make sure that these don't all fall out of my hand. But, I picked a, pretty nice group. There's a few, I would say mid-state 63, 64 in here. Nothing to write home to mother about. But if you're looking to acquire a little bit of junk silver, you could do a lot worse than $50 worth in Roosevelt dimes. So this is exactly $5 face that you see here. Looks like it's a lot of 60s. It's fine. It's fine because there's a lot to find in the 60s. Of course, that was a 49S I just passed, but check out, some of the originality that can be found in some of these older kind of, accumulations of silver. I'm sure these have been bought, purchased, and sold on a number of occasions. But, if you're looking to treasure hunt or cherry pick, some pretty neat stuff, you could do a lot worse than these. And, you know, worst comes to worst, you have something to add to the good old stackaroo. All right, so $1 a piece for 50 of those. Now I have a few coins here that by far and away are the best of the best. Yeah, this right here, I dropped actually a little acetone there, and it ate away at the staining. So anyways, in case you guys are wondering, but it's like the size of a quarter right there. So these are the best of the best. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why. So this first one here is a Barber quarter. Pretty well worn. But, you know, I look out for coins like this. They exhibit a lot of the facial details. Like and you'll see here in a second. This one is the best condition Barber that I was able to score. I bought this one for exactly $2.50. My mouth is wide open right now. Like, how can something like this even sell for that is beyond me. You have about 50% of Liberty that's showing right here in this little headband. Okay, and then you have a lot of these leaves that are still pretty evident. Lots of detail. You know, you could see full leaves in there, which is nice. You still have this line here in the cap, all right, which is usually worn away on grades lower than VG. You can actually see lip line right here. This one right here, you can see a nostril, you can see the cheekbone area, lots of eye detail right here. You can still see, you know, an eyelid, which on these type of coins after a while will just automatically disappear. You have some of the letters in E pluribus unum, which is another thing that I like to look out for on grades higher than VG. You have separation of some of the arrows here, which is nice. Those actually all wear, you know, to the point where it's all smooth, kind of like the tips of the wings on the eagle on the reverse. You still have some of the horizontal lines. In the shield, you have some very faint kind of lines, vertical lines on the shield as well. You have some of these feather areas that are still evident. You know, you have enough of the separation lines and detail to show that. Plus, you also have a nearly full tail feather arrangement right here. So this right here is something that I would call like a fine 12 in terms of the grading scale. I mean, it looks like there's hairlines, but after close examination, the coin's never been cleaned. You still have a lot of the residual gunk and stuff all around the devices. This is just an honest wear coin. So a coin I picked up for $2.50 is worth somewhere between $10 and $15 in this condition. Okay, again, people like to buy coins like this with full liberties. So when you're out cherry picking at, say, an antique shop, pawnbroker, some of those non-coin shop outlets, okay, you want to keep in mind that some of the key details on some of these coins. This is a common date, this 1916. D. This is a super common date Barber quarter, but even the common dated coins with detail still worth some money. So I'm glad to find that one. Nice little bargain. I also like to keep an eye out on the earlier Walking Liberty half dollars, the ones that look, you know, pretty honest. This one I would say was probably cleaned at one point and then retoned with the tarnish around the devices, but this is a 1918 S. Okay, so I like to keep an eye out for the non-Philadelphia issued pre like 1930s Walking Liberties. This I picked up for $4 at the same pawnbroker as everything else. I bought all of these from the same shop. 1918 S. I mean, the mintages on these are relatively stout. I think they're like 3-4 million for the reverse mint mark 1918s. But that's another nice coin that if you're able to find them at a reasonable cost, please do pick them up. Here's another one right here. This one exhibits a lot of wear, so this one is like a good 4 or a good 6. You know, you still have some of the folds. You still have some of these stars that are out there, 1917. This one has a reverse mint mark S, so this is a San Francisco edition. A lot of wear, a lot of flatness. Again, it's just another date and mint mark combination that I love picking up. Okay, another $4 coin, which theoretically could sell for about $10. All right, because people are looking for just filler coins for their collections, for their albums, and this is a great, sensible pickup at $4. You can't really go wrong when it comes to that. At the worst, it is silver. So here's a few more Barber halves. Okay, you saw the Barber quarter that I was able to pick up for $2. I also picked these up for $4 a piece. These are the bargain, and I feel like I did an absolute phenomenal job with these coins. I'm going to start out with this 1915 that you see here. All right. And before you guys go off saying, oh, why aren't you wearing gloves? Okay, save it. We're talking about low-grade coins right here. If I was holding a $500 coin, that's a different story. So save the stories on that. As you can tell, I'm holding it on the edge. Okay, you could hold it on the edge. Make sure you wash your hands, and then you're good to go there. So this coin right here is what I would consider to be like borderline good to VG. Okay, and the real reason is that you have maybe one letter in Liberty showing. Now it's very faint, and I'm probably stretching at this point. But again, some of these leaves kind of details in this little crown right here makes a huge difference when someone's putting together a low-end set. They want something that's honest looking, and they want something with just a little smidge of details. Now remember that line in the cap right here? You can see it's got a little flatness in the middle. That typically happens when you get to a grade valuation of around a good 4. You lose this defining lip line right here. You lose the nostril, cheekbone, some of those eye details. You begin to see the eyelid become flat with the eyeball. So overall, it's not a super attractive coin, but again, for $4, I wish he had more of them. I would have bought all of them. 1915S. Okay, so it's a San Francisco branch mid coin. You still have some, weirdly, oddly enough, you still have E Pluribus Unum on this ribbon here. Usually that would be worn down. As you can see, this top rim right about here between about 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock position on here is all completely worn into the actual field of the coin. It doesn't look like this where you could see the actual denticles. That's a little hoops that go all the way around. But surprisingly, this has a little bit more detail than what I'm used to seeing for a coin at this grade level. But when you're able to pick up, again, another decent looking Barber half, a low baller, so to speak, for $4, that in itself is a home run. So the coins get a little bit better. Here's a 1908. Okay, as you can see, you have the defined lip line here, the mouth line. Okay, and you have better kind of distinguishing features. You have an actual nostril. You have part of the cheekbone where it meets the nose. You see the L and I in Liberty. Okay, you can't really see too many other letters in that crown part there. And then you have a little bit more detail in these leaves on this crown. You have almost a fully defined line in the cap. You have fully defined rim. On the reverse, again, this is a 1908 example. It's got a little bit of a rotated reverse, probably 10 degrees offset. You have almost a full E Pluribus Unum. There's a few letters, like the U is a little light. The S is getting kind of flat there. But you still have some of those defining kind of shield lines. The vertical lines are still apparent on there, crazy as it may seem. You have a full, distinguishing feather separation areas. See how flat the arrows get along with the claw, the left-hand claw of the eagle. Okay, that just means that you're getting into grades that are VG and under for that type. Same with the olive sprig right here and the right eagle claw. So again, this is a coin that I would honestly say would be a high good, maybe a low VG, because I think because of this separation line in the mouth, a little bit more definition in the eye, and the leaves in the crown, this is more probably of a VG6, if there's such a thing. VG8 I know is a grade, but you know that might be a little bit close. And it looks like there might even be a little die clashing right here in this field. Again, it's nothing monstrous. It's not going to, you know, allow you to retire early. But again, we're talking $4. So this is the best one out of the bunch. Okay. The coin previous, the 19080, is a better looking coin. Okay. First of all, there's a little strike through right here, which is pretty neat. It looks like it's probably like an old lamination. I looked up close and there's no buildup to indicate damage. Okay. So that is some sort of strike through. You have somewhat of a separation mouth line. You got a little bit more detail here, but this is more along the line. Oh, and you have LI and then partial B in Liberty. And some of these defining leaf areas in this crown. You have a full line in the cap. This one is what I would say to be a low VG. All right, go ahead and take a look at the back. Actually, the back of this one looks better than that 19080. This one is a 14S. Okay, and I have to tell you, this one surprised me when I looked in the guide. It actually has a mintage less than $1 million. So not quite a key date, but it's a low mintage coin, which is really cool to find for $4. It doesn't make a huge difference in actual value of the coin, but it's neat to know that you have something that it's like 990,000 mintage. So it's kind of crazy, kind of neat. And I'm glad to be able to rescue this from certain doom. You never know, someone buys these things. And I know of someone that buys old scrap coins like 90%, turns around, melts it, and makes it into decorative like medals and bars and stuff. I'm not for that. Believe me, I like to preserve numismatics. So however many I could save, that's within rhyme or reason of how much I can afford, I will do so. But this is a coin, but man, 1914S. I mean, it's got character. What else can I say? I can't retire off these things, but I love sharing exactly what Blue Ridge looks for. You know, when he's shopping around, and hopefully you guys can get an idea of exactly, you know, what you know, because I've been asked quite a bit, Sean, what exactly do you look for when you're at, you know, like the antique shops, the garage sales, the flea markets, that sort of thing? And I'm like, yeah, I'm very particular. You know, people will sell like counter stamp coins, think it's damaged or thinking that it's too modern. And I take a look at these things. It's like, man, you know, I could buy this for $10 and flip it for $100. So being able to know exactly what you're looking for in relation to how much they're asking for, okay, you put all those things together and you're able to come up with a game plan where you could not only collect smarter, but you could also make money. It's almost like being a mini kind of like businessman on the side. It's kind of like one of my hidden indulgences. I love doing stuff like that. You know, which is why I throw on a few items on eBay. By the way, this is for sale. This toner right here, 1884O Morgan silver dollar. If you guys haven't seen this one before, it is on my eBay. That has absolutely majestic toning, and of course they show the front of the coin on the front of the slab as being kind of like the marquee featurette of this coin. But if you guys are looking for a really beautiful toner at an affordable price, I have it on my eBay. So it's Cuckoo times 10, KOOX10 on eBay. So it's on there until someone buys it up. But I want to thank everyone for joining me on this video. We are getting into a new month here. As soon as I keep slapping myself over this, but I keep buying stuff on the US Mint's website. And I opt for the slowest, absolute kind of like wagon train shipping option on there. So that's why I haven't received my silver proof sets. So once I do, I am going to share that. Now, what I haven't done this month, and I really wanted to do, is do a giveaway on Silver Eagles. I will do that in May. So you guys want to stay tuned for that as well. Should be a lot of fun. I'll be giving away somewhere in the neighborhood of like 5 to 10. I still haven't decided yet. Thank you guys for all the support. We hit 90,000 subs. We're already up to 91,000. We're seeing a nice ramp up in subscriber, engagement and activity out there. I've been slowly kind of pairing through the Facebook and Instagram messages, so bear with me as I go through that. But thank you guys for all the views and support. I'm your host, Blue Ridge. Call me Sean. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. In addition, the best way you can support my channel is to smash the like button, but smash it softly. You don't want to break your laptop or your iPad. So anyways, you guys take care. Peace. Iron Man, go ahead and check out Endgame if you haven't yet. My endorsement really doesn't matter because the movie has already grossed like $1 billion. So you guys take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Keep hunting, guys.